Well, I'm running back and forth from here to South Carolina, wishing you were here. I guess I should watch what I wish for. You're right on time, so invite me in. This is where your trouble begins, but I like you better than the other ones. You said I'm right when you know I'm wrong. We can never just get along. Don't you ever get stuck in your mouth and then lose words getting in the way. She said nothing could come between us. No, nothing. One of the favorite things that she used to say. That's just what she said. Nothing could come between us. No, nothing. Sorry to say, but I don't feel the same.
Theory of a Deadman's self-titled debut on 604 Records is in stores September 17th. I'm Robb Robson, and joining me are Tyler Connolly, the lead singer and guitarist of Theory of a Deadman, and Chad Kroeger, frontman of Nickelback and co-founder of 604 Records, which is licensed exclusively by Roadrunner Records. Tyler, your band is the flagship signing to Chad and Jonathan Simkin's new label. How does that feel, and how did you and Chad meet?
I think we met at a mutual friend's. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Like a barbecue. Yeah, like a barbecue. And I had made a demo tape in my basement of just a bunch of songs I had written, and it was passed off to him, and I guess he listened to it when he was on the road, promoting one of his albums. From
the State.
The State. And I can't remember if he called me back. It was probably like 6 months later or something he called me back. And prompt. And said, there's some stuff on here that's pretty good. I think I can get you a record deal. And so I was basically like, okay, let's go to work. And literally it was like the next day. Actually, it was that night. Night. He called me like on a Sunday day. And it's like a couple hours, we're going to go do pre-production at someone's house. And I was like, huh?
So we went over to it.
Went to Jeremy's house from
Guitar player from Default.
Mm-hmm. From Default.
So, Chad, what was it about that demo that sparked your interest in Theory of a Deadman?
Well, I could just hear talent. I mean, the songs weren't there. I mean, they had a few of the characteristics that all independent bands or all bands, just sort of starting off have. One, all of the songs are 9.5 minutes long, and two, it's got a very schizophrenic sound because when you're starting off, you don't really know, what kind of music people are going to like from you. And so you write some light stuff and you write some heavier stuff and you just sort of scatter the map with it and hope that, somebody will latch onto something. And that was very true for the case of Theory of a Deadman. It was all over the map. There's lots of different stuff there to pick from. And I could hear that he had a good voice. And I heard him play a few guitar solos on there. A couple of wank fests.
Yeah, it was very self-indulging.
And so I knew that he had talent and I knew he could play. And I could hear the potential in a couple of songs. So we went in and right when we went in, there was 2 songs that we reworked right away. And then he just right away, well, I've got this. This is a new thing. And this wasn't on that record that I gave you either. Hey, let's check this out. And right away, everything new that he was playing all had a very sort of a southern rock direction it was going. It was very focused, and none of the parts were 7 minutes long anymore. It was all like, this is something that can hold someone's attention, and it was good right off the bat. And so it's just started getting very exciting right away.
So did any of those songs from that demo make it on the album?
Yeah.
In a shorter version?
Yeah, the last song, but it wasn't actually called the last song because we reworked the chorus.
That's right.
And Point to Prove.
Point to Prove.
Which wasn't actually called Point to Prove.
No.
Because we reworked the chorus.
And
had lots of great verses.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of last song, that's where you got the name Theory of a Deadman, isn't it?
Yeah, it used to be called Theory of a Deadman before it was reworked into being called the last song.
I didn't know that. How'd you know that?
I have my sources.
Yeah, that was its old name.
Really?
Theory of a Deadman, yeah. And we didn't have a band name, so we're like, well, that's such a cool name for a song. Let's use it for a band.
Perfect. So who are the other members of the group?
Tim Hart, who plays drums. I've been writing and playing with him for years, since we were started playing guitar together. Dean Back, I met him at a restaurant. He started playing drum or bass for us probably a few years ago. And the youngest member, Dave Brenner, on guitar. We hooked up with him probably right before I met Chad, I think. I think that's just all the music started actually coming together, and we started writing some decent tunes.
They're more like a comedy group than a band. If you ever go and watch them play, it's hilarious because you can see it on their faces that they've thought of something really funny to say in the next break, and they're just dying to end the song just so they can start up the comedy routine again. And the first time I went to watch them play, it was just like this routine. It was hilarious. So that was almost more impressive than the music.
So you're all from a suburb of Vancouver called Delta?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. And you were saying earlier today that Randy Staub is a neighbor of yours.
Yeah, I found it when he mixed our record, and I was in there at the warehouse when he was mixing it, and I don't know, we had a conversation. He mentioned he lived in Sunshine Hills, and I was like, dude, that's like right down the street from me. It's like, oh. Anyways,
yeah, should this be louder now?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Actually, Garth Richardson used to live right there too.
You got the celebrity studio,
celebrity
fellas,
neighborhood,
celebrity studio hanging out all around the neighborhood.
Yeah, the celebrity loud corner with Metallica's mixer and
Rage
Against the Machine's producer.
That's crazy.
It's a good block to live on.
Now, Chad, with Nickelback's busy touring schedule, how are you able to physically produce this album?
Well, I successfully cloned myself, and yeah, I wish.
Yeah, you didn't do a good job.
No. Whenever we've got a week or 2 weeks off, just like the break I'm on right now, right away, it's just, I'll relax for probably 15 minutes when I get off the plane when I'm at home, and then it's like, hey, why don't you call so-and-so, see if he wants to come lay down a drum track, or hey, why don't just find out who's around, because by the time we hit the tarmac, my band members usually head to 4 different corners of the earth, and so I'll try and track one of them down to see if they want to go play some stuff, and just head right into the studio, or I'll find a band that's been doing some stuff locally, or that I've heard a demo of, and get them on the phone and set up some time in the studio and just get back in here. I mean, I should call this I should get my mail sent here, actually. That's what I should do.
And we're here at the Greenhouse Studios. Is this where the album was recorded?
This is where we've been doing we did the Default record here, we did Nickelback, Silver Side Up, we did Theory of a Deadman, and this building's just got a vibe. It's haunted, and there's so many great ghost stories floating around. I hear a new one almost every week, but it's just got this great vibe. I really don't want to go record anywhere else.
So what time was the Theory of the Deadman album put down here?
We started in right around Christmas. I think right after Christmas.
Yeah, because I was supposed to get 3 weeks off for Christmas, and
you took 3 days, right?
And you took half an hour.
I opened half of my presents and came down to the studio.
So your approach to recording and producing Theory of a Deadman, how did that differ from your time in the studio with Default and Nickelback?
They're all, I mean, every single time you come in with a different band, there's just different things. And you just try and find what the best, what each guy, does the best, and then bring that out in his playing. And with Theory of a Deadman, it was like there was lots of good rock riffs already there, so a lot of the songs didn't need that much work, but it'd be like, the chorus, let's just rework this a little bit, or let's just change some of these words in the verses, and we needed 10 songs for the record, we only had 9, so within an hour probably let's write a tune. So came in, everyone starts riffing, and yeah, that's good. Oh, hey, this is good too, And we did the same thing at one point in time upstairs, right up there in that room that's right above the control room. We had to finish. What was it?
Make Up Your Mind.
Make Up Your Mind. I wouldn't let anyone leave the room. We were all drunk.
Yeah, we all had to take a leak.
So I made a piss in a jug. I said, you're not allowed to leave the room until the song's done.
The song turned out great. So
song was amazing.
Must have worked.
So besides not letting people go to the bathroom, how would you describe Chad as a producer?
Well, he sucks. No, I think because he's an intelligent guy and he's great at what he does. I think it's a lot better than what other producer would probably do. I think because he just gets so involved in the song, and he loves what he hears, so he's just very passionate about making sure that not just one song, but every song is complete in every way. And I think that's what I noticed the most.
Thanks, buddy.
Well,
Now, Chad, did you co-write any of the songs on the album, and if so, which ones?
Yeah, I mean, what did we do? We did Make Up Your Mind. And the hit that's on the radio right now, I don't think I touched really too much. Just a little bit of reworking in the chorus, but
I think you had something to do in almost every song, really. I don't know if you.
Well, sometimes I don't call. Sometimes I won't call it writing. Like if I come in and I start arranging stuff, let's take this pre-chorus out, put in a different pre-chorus, and use that pre-chorus as the bridge.
Okay.
Or let's do this. I don't really call that writing. I just call it arranging. And so, as a producer, my job is to make those songs the best I can possibly make them. And I guess, yeah, that's one thing that you said is you can't just say all we need is 3 singles. So let's just really concentrate on 3 songs. The rest will just turn into album cuts. I like to give every single song because that's when you find this little gem sitting. The song that I thought was going to be. Number 10 on the album. Yeah. You wind up getting this counter melody going on, or a great harmony, or some other little guitar line that winds up really welding itself into your head, and all of a sudden that becomes a candidate for a single.
Yeah.
That's the best part. I really, it just gets my blood flowing.
Now, Tyler, where in the Theory of a Deadman recording area did the song "Hero" come out? Because was that just after you wrapped up doing the album?
No, we were right in the middle.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't know where. I think I was doing vocals or something, or was it B-sides? I think it was B-sides.
It was the demo. We did the demo for Hero, right in the middle of the record. I went next door with Josie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, I was doing guitar tracks. That's right, and Josie showed up from Saliva.
Because I can't just be doing one thing.
That's right. You have to do 11. So.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's demo next door. That's called double booking yourself for sure. Right. I'm like, I get one session, on autopilot. Joey, you all right? You're doing guitar tracks? Okay, okay. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I need an acoustic guitar and congas over here.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Now, Tyler, appearing in the Hero video with Chad, Josie Scott, and Soundgarden and Pearl Jam drummer Matt Cameron, that's quite an auspicious debut. How did that feel?
It was pretty damn exciting. I mean, just meeting Matt Cameron. I mean, Pearl Jam. Well, he was Soundgarden's drummer first, but that was pretty cool.
We were all trying not to be awestruck when he walked in. We're all just like, yeah, be cool.
Yeah, he just sort of like sweating a bit, and then he shows up and you realize he's just a friggin' ordinary dude.
Just like a killer drummer.
Yeah, and he's just, he sort of looks around the room and asks for people's opinions. What do you think about that Phil? And everyone's like, what?
I think we'll keep it.
Pretty cool. Yeah, and Josie Scott, that guy's hilarious. He's what a super nice guy. Just having to be involved with it was killer. I mean, it really helped out our band, but it was just fun. I was sort of glad that Jerry Cantrell sort of couldn't be there, which sort of sucked because I really wanted to meet him too.
Well, Chad, you could have had your pick of practically any guitar player for that session. Why Tyler?
Just because after I started seeing Tyler recording some of the solos that he was laying down, they all had great feel, and Tyler's an amazing guitar player. So instead of having, another Chad from Nickelback solo on this song, why not bring in a whole new flavor? And I just I'm like, dude, play the solo for this. Stuck a guitar in his hand. He's like, all right. Started to come up with it, and then we just found the direction. Oh, that's good. Oh, let's do this. Put it up, patched it all together, and away we went.
Full of killing and blood spilling, that world never came. And they say that a hero can save us. I'm not gonna stand here and wait. I'll hold on to the wings of the eagles, watch as we all fly away.
Now, the song Invisible Man was Theory of a Deadman's major label introduction through the Spider-Man soundtrack. And it's also the opening track on your debut album.
Yeah.
Chad, would you say its melodic heaviness is representative of the band, of their overall sound, or is it just a facet of it?
That song, yeah, actually it is. It's a good representation for sure. The band is tuned down to the farthest depths of hell when they tune their guitars, and it really provides this great sound. And Invisible Man's almost the epitome of that sound, that great guitar sound. And then when it comes to what appeals to people the most, I think it's got something to do with the way that the chorus lines overlap with each other and create this great rhythmic effect. That's one of the things that really seems to stick in my mind.
You got me sneaking around like the invisible man. You'll never know where I've gone. You might have done it again. You got me sneaking around like the invisible man. Going once, going twice, 3 times I'm gone.
Let's talk about the single, Nothing Could Come Between Us. It's your first single release from the new album. Tyler, what's the story behind that song?
It's another one of those relationship songs. It's about a guy that really isn't into his girlfriend anymore, and but she still is. So you've got sort of this struggle happening, and I think he's a little fearful of what's going to happen without her, and still a little scared of hanging on to her. So, I mean, it's nothing too complicated. It's pretty easy to understand, I think, if you just sort of listen to the song. I mean, all the songs on the album are pretty straightforward and pretty blunt.
Not too many metaphors.
Yeah, there's not too many dark, deep sort of meanings and, like you said, metaphors.
It's too bad that knife in my back was so heavy. That's one of my favorite lines.
Do you typically write about relationships, or where do you draw your inspiration from?
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, I don't write a lot of songs from consciously from like memories or whatnot, but subconsciously, I think a lot of the songs I write are from something that happened to me in the past. But I like writing stories as well. I like having sort of a third-person view on of some sort of story, because I think people like to be able to relate to what they hear on the radio. So if you sort of you can actually produce something that the listeners enjoy listening to, they're going to keep on wanting to hear that.
So Chad, let's put your record executive cap on for a minute. What was it about Nothing Could Come Between Us that attracted you? After all, it's the first single release for your new record company, 604 Records.
I love the fact that it is such a rock and roll song. I mean, you can't categorize it in anything else. You can't have someone say it's Britpop. You can't have someone say it's this or that, or it's, you know, grunge or metal or anything else. Undeniable, great rock song. And the verses, I mean, it's almost like the verses are a big hook with, you know, the way, I mean, one thing I've really begun to notice about songwriting is it's almost like, I remember you telling me this a long time ago, hooks. You know, that one memorable part of the song that really seems to stick in your head. And well, for Nothing Could Come Between Us, I find myself, instead of just latching onto one piece of the song and having that stick in my head, I find myself singing several different parts of the song. And I mean, when it gets to the bridge and then the solo, it's very, very climactic. Excuse me. So probably just the fact that, you know, it was strong from start to finish, and there was no points where it lost my attention or was no longer appealing to me.
In recent years, there have been a lot of new bands that record a great-sounding record in the studio. They have a hit video, a hit single on the air, and then they learn to play live at $20 a head in front of an audience. Chad, can Theory of a Deadman pull it off on stage?
What?
I actually just saw the boys play downtown, right on the corner there, and
A little radio show.
yeah,
Local radio station.
Did a free show. One of the local radio stations does it for up and coming bands, and I was so pleasantly surprised. I mean, they're playing to a click, so the tempos. I mean, just as far as Nickelback alone, I mean, when the energy's up, we're cruising. I mean, we've played shows before where it's like, guys, it's supposed to be 75 minutes. It's like a 55-minute set, you know, because we're cruising. So their tempos are solid. So the groove is just like the album, and they're all coming along fantastic, you know, just amazingly for a new band. Because I mean, that's the thing that I'm noticing the most, is I'm not going out and finding bands who really impress me live, because people don't seem to want to go and buy their material. They just want to buy a concert ticket because that's where it's most appealing. But for me, I love it when, because the live performance, that's something you can develop. Good songwriting skills, I mean, those are either you got them or you don't. And so that's one thing I'm definitely far more attracted to. But I'd say the guys can definitely pull it off, because I was very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Very sleepy.
I'd say very pleasantly surprised.
You impressed the boss. That's good.
Well, thanks. I'm not fired.
So, Tyler, what can audiences expect from your live performances?
I think a lot of energy, and I think just the songs that they want to hear, we can duplicate live. I mean, I think we have a great album. Of course, I would say that. But when people come see our show, they're going to want to hear the songs that they like, and I think they're going to hear them.
Is there any one particular song you just love to play live?
There's a rocker, Leg to Stand On. Leg to Stand On is pretty cool to play. That's just a straight ahead, sort of 4/4 time rocker. That's pretty fun.
I mean, I love, when we're in sound check, we jam tons of Theory of a Deadman songs, you know. So I mean, there's lots of great riffs that Tyler's got that I'm sitting there and go, God, I wish I wrote that, you know. And so we'll jam it live. You know, if one of these guys were in the room, there's no way in hell we'd even play a note of the song. But you know, if no one's looking, it's sort of fun to jam other people's stuff, especially since I'm so involved with the songs, and you know, it's like I know how to play like almost every single part of every tune, so it's just sort of fun to bust into a really cool riff that's, you know, it's not mine. I don't have to impress anybody. I could just, hey, let's jam this for a while.
Theory of a Deadman will be touring with Nickelback in September. Chad, will you be making any on-stage appearances during their set?
No, he gets no backstage pass.
There you go. I'm not allowed backstage while the boys are playing. I don't know. We could do something for sure. I mean, that's always fun to do. I did it with Default. When Default came on the road, I sang the breakdown part in Deny. And it was always fun. Go out on stage and jam with the boys. You know, it's just fun to play other people's stuff, you know? I mean, I get to play Nickelback every day, but I don't get to play Theory of a Deadman every day, so.
Audience probably like that too.
And then Tyler could come out and do Hero with me. Be good for someone to finally play the solo properly in that song.
Tyler, you're in the big league now. First the Spider-Man soundtrack, then Nothing Could Come Between Us is taking off. Have you given any thought to how you'll handle the pressure of that inevitable follow-up hit?
The pressure of the inevitable
Follow-up
hit.
That's easy because we didn't lead with the strongest track.
Yeah, everyone's just so. I mean, this is the first single. And it's like the rock song. It's the introduction to the band. I think it's one of the best songs on the album. Definitely Nothing Can Come Between Us. But yeah, everyone thinks that there's some other potential huge songs on the album, and I think our second single should do very well. So there's no pressure. It's just excitement. I think the band is just, we've done the record, and now we have to move on. Now what we're doing is we got to play live. Now we got to concentrate on hitting the road.
And of course that's going to be fun because, you know, none of them have ever really been on the road before, and
you're a veteran now.
Suddenly
Dad can come.
You stick 4 kids on a tour bus, and it's like, okay, now this is what you do. First thing we got to do is pimp out the bus. We need disco lights. We need, you know, all the fun stuff.
So you guys have known each other for, what, 2-3 years now?
Yeah.
Is it strictly a business relationship, or do you?
No.
That's actually, you know, we never do that. We get together and it's like, what'd you do? You know, last night I went to this bar, I went to this club, and we don't even talk about music. I don't think we talk about anything. I talk about what chicks you're chasing lately.
We just talk about bukkake.
Tyler, your big break came after you were knocking back a brew at a party when you met this guy. Do you consider yourself a lucky man?
God, yes. It's all hell, big handful of luck. It is, really, because, I mean, there's a lot of talented people out there, and you run into someone, it's like winning the lottery. That's why the way I look at it, I think I've won the lottery, so I'm damn lucky. I'll never ever sit here and tell someone that I've worked my ass off and that's the only reason I'm here. There's always a bit of luck. There's a lot of people waiting behind me in line that would do this, so I've got to work my ass off and hope that this will last a long time.
Chad, you discovered Default, and you produced the majority of their major label debut, The Fallout. You've discovered and produced Theory of a Deadman's self-titled debut. You have your own imprint label with Jonathan Simpkins, 604 Records, and you front one of the most popular rock bands in the world. Are you now officially a music mogul?
I don't think so. I want to be one. You know, I would love to be a music mogul. You know, someone who actually has some power in the music business. But I don't think I'm there yet. You know, I've got a good start, but I think I need to own, you know, Universal and Sony, and then I'll be happy.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen.
Make up your mind, and I'll make up mine. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Those words that you said to me, why wasn't I listening? I wish I hadn't met you at all. I started thinking I'll sit back and relax and wait for the morning. We'll wake up, we'll make up and do this for the last time. We'll wake up, we'll make up and do this for the last time. If we break up, we'll wind up losing both of our minds. So wake up, let's make up and do this for the last time.
Theory of a Deadman's self-titled debut album on 604 Records is in stores September 17th. 604 Records is licensed exclusively by Roadrunner Records. I'm Robb Robson.
Hey, this is Tyler from Theory of a Deadman. You're listening to our single, Nothing Can Come Between Us.
Hi, this is Tim from Theory of a Deadman. You're listening to our new single, Nothing Can Come Between Us.
Hey, this is Dave from Theory of a Deadman. You're listening to Nothing Can Come Between Us.
Hey, this is Dean from Theory of a Deadman. You're listening to Nothing Can Come Between Us.
Hey, this is Dave.
This is Tim.
Dean?
and Tyler from Theory of a Deadman, and you're listening to Nothing Can Come Between Us.
Well, I'm running back and forth from here to South Carolina, wishing you were here. I guess I should watch what I wish for. Time, so invite me in. This is where your trouble begins. But I like you better than the other ones. You said I'm right when you know I'm wrong. We can never just get along. Don't you ever get stuck in your mouth and then lose words get in the way. Nothing could come between us. One of the favorite things that you used to say. That's just what you said. Nothing could come between us. Nothing. Sorry to say, but I don't feel the same. You're so damn relentless, and you will find the two of us are like two of a kind. But it hits you harder than the other ones. When I'm just sitting here with myself. Don't you hate when it gets stuck in your mouth and then those words get in the way. Nothing could come between us. Nothing. One of the favorite things that you used to say. That's just what she said. Nothing could come between us. Nothing. Sorry to say, but I don't feel the same. Since home is where the hurt is. Soon your conscience